Hello friends, how are you all? Hope you are doing great at various aspects of your lives. Welcome to another book review podcast by Team ThinkerViews. Today we are going to talk about a short story named A Woman's Ritual by Sudha Murty ji. Sudha Murty, the name is enough. She needs no introduction. She is a rare combination of traditional Indian values merged with the modern mindset. The facts about her are well known, and whatever I am writing in her regards will be nothing else but repeating the information. So I simply want to summarize it as I like and admire her persona for being vocal, standing tall for her beliefs by keeping herself grounded, stand by her spouse as a rock pillar when he needed her the most. She is the lady who, when found injustice is done to her, had courage to write to Mr. Tata, an epitome of traditional Indian woman. Some of Mrs. Murty's book reflects the real incidents happened in her life or the lives of people she knows. Sometimes she may need to change names and places, but for many of her books, she kept the details as are. Penguin Publication came up with an idea of making the short stories by Mrs. Murty available individually. They will be cheaper in price and need a very short time to read. This way, the readers can go for it while taking a small ride or in free chunk of time they get in a break between two tasks. I will share link to a book by Mrs. Murty named Miserable Success, which we got a chance to read. Today I am going to talk about another short story, A Woman's Ritual. Let us take a look at the cover page of this book. The cover of the original book, the short story collection from which this story is taken to publish as a single, is not repeated. The publishers rather came up with a simple illustration to be used for the purpose. As you can see in the podcast cover, Mehendi or henna clad open hands are shown in the backdrop of the black background. The hands are also shown as a grayscale image. If they were printed in color, it would have been a cheerful cover page. So is it unthoughtful? No, I don't think so. The story is about the rituals we do after our dead beloved. To represent the sadness, the cover has used grayscale cover. Overall, a thoughtful cover page that the readers may not find attractive or eye-catcher. Usually, we keep the plot and our views and reviews as two separate segments in any book review. This book contains a single story of less than 15 pages. Talking about the plot in detail will definitely give away the entire story, and that will affect your reading experience. So we have decided to merge both these segments together in this case. The story is narrated in the first person, where the author herself is the protagonist. It is actually a real incident happened in her life. The author talks about her late father, who is no more, to pay him the respect as per the Indian tradition on his death day, a Shraddh. The root of Shraddh is in the word Shraddha. In this ritual, the close descendants remember the dead person and pay him or her the respect they deserve. They do a puja and other stuff in addition to do some social welfare work, like offering food or clothes to a Brahmin or a temple priest, offering food to cattle, offering money to a temple, etc. So it was the Shraddh day of Mr. Kulkarni, and the author was the sole sibling waiting for the temple priest. Her cousin, who performs the ritual every year, was not available. There were two more ladies sitting in the temple premises with the same cause and almost a similar situation of not having a male family member available to perform the ritual. So, how will these ladies pay respect to their respective relatives? Well, you need to read the book to know it. Mrs. Murty's books are a delight to read, as she herself mentioned, her books are written in plain English, in a way that a layman can understand it, rather than using words, phrases, and idioms for which you need to grab a dictionary to know its meaning. She prefers using day-to-day language. And that is the biggest USP of her books. On one hand, her books explore the traditional tapestry of the society, and on the other, she presents a practical solution to the scenario on hand. While remembering her late father and exploring his character, the author brilliantly introduces us to his qualities. That is how a child thinks their respective parents should be: gentle, open minded, supporting, strong, and unbiased. The introduction of Mr. Kulkarni is a long and important passage of the story which you should not miss. The author uses the day-to-day language, and she wrote some witty, funny statements by staying within those boundaries. Read the lines where she remembers herself writing a letter to Mr. Tata, and you will see how lightly she represented the incident in a matter-of-factly manner. The way she explores various scenes is a positive attribute of the book. Her logical conversation about the gender is not considered in various financial dealings with the temple. Then why should they be considered when performing a ritual? Is interesting. Quoting some interesting lines from the book that shall convey you the quality you can expect from the book. Tradition is different from ritual. A tradition passes down values to the next generation, but a ritual or ceremony is what you do by practice and habit. For example, performing Shraddh is a tradition, but the fact that it is done by a man is a ritual. We shouldn't break traditions, but rituals can be changed depending on the circumstances. Rituals are almost always formed based on geographical, economic, and social conditions. I like the way the characters of the book are developed. This is how we find most of the real people in the middle class behave and live. The characters held their religious beliefs and yet does the logical things. The book explores the way gender equality and feminism should be talked about. A wisdom tale, I must say. In summary, A Woman's Ritual is a small yet interesting story that explores a real incident. I loved reading it. From Team ThinkerViews, I would love to give it 7.5 stars out of 10.
So, have you already read the book? Are you planning to read it? What do you think about this book review? Do you find it helpful in deciding whether to go for the book or not? Please do share your genuine remarks via comments below. If you have enjoyed listening to the review, please hit the like button and do not forget to share it with your friends and other fellows whom you think such reviews interest more. Till we meet with our next podcast, bye bye, take care, namaskar.